Good evening, everybody. It's your girl, Miss E. Coming live with Journey with Trish, the podcast. Y'all know I gotta be super duper excited tonight to come to you and talk about body work in the aftermath. Got Black Excellence in the building with me. Black Excellence about to pop on the screen with me. Miss Shanavia Rivers.
Hi.
And we got Tay Boo over here.
Hello.
Live from Houston.
Period.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about cosmetic surgery tonight. If you don't already, let's go ahead and shoot out this medical disclaimer. Neither myself, Patricia Reed, aka Miss Ihada Jimenez, Shanavia Rivers, or Yusuf Money Entertainment, or Octavian Table Johnson. None of us are here to give you any type of medical or psychiatric advice. Okay, if you have any trouble in any of those areas, we'll defer you to your own provider because neither of us are your provider. Not tonight.
Call 911.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Go ahead and like, comment, follow, and please share this live with anybody who has considered or had any type of cosmetic surgery before. So we're gonna talk about it. Like I said, if you don't already know, I'm scheduled to have surgery on February 16th, and I'll tell you all about it. But I have some people here tonight, number one, who have had some type of cosmetic surgery, and somebody that helps, get you through, carry you through the aftermath of cosmetic surgery. So like I said, like, follow, comment, share, or whatever, subscribe, all of that tonight. So tell them a little bit about the services that you offer, Shadavia.
I offer, if they're going to have surgery, whether it's Dominican Republic, Atlanta, Miami, I have the option to go with them, travel them as a personal nurse. I've done that maybe 3 or 4 times. And then I'm also in charge of their aftercare after they have surgery. I also serve as the liaison between the surgery center and the client pre-operatively, intraoperatively, and post-operatively, because they still have a lot of questions, and everybody knows, like, the coordinators always call you, text you all day, every day, when they waiting on their payment, and when you have surgery. After the surgery, they kind of go ghost. So I feel like, and the clients feel like, if they have someone that's a registered nurse or a medical professional, that they're more apt to answer them back quickly.
So you mean I can put you on my down as my, like, on my paperwork as my next, well, not really a next again, but somebody that has privy to my information?
Yes, if you would like.
I had no idea. Okay. And so then anytime I have, or you had any questions, you could just call.
Right. I've had to do as much as, like, send pictures or request for possible prescriptions for clients after they get back and stuff, things of that nature. So if they give them permission to speak with me, then, because a lot of my clients don't understand the medical terminology or what goes on with their body after they have surgery. Some patients have complications with their incisions. Some clients have complications with their, it's an array of things that they can have issues with. And I serve as that connecting piece between the client when they get back to Mobile or wherever they're at, and their doctors in Miami or Colombia or the Dominican Republic.
So
or wherever they go.
I would love that service because I am a nurse. Because, sometimes when you are the patient and the nurse, you are a very difficult patient, and you ask, like, far too many questions, and then they say something and you don't know, and then you got to go research, or then you correcting them. Because a lot of the people that you speak to are not trained medical professionals, or even if they are, it's like a medical assistant that they're just, training to do the paperwork portion.
Well, I will say that my nurses are my worst patients. They have been my worst clients. I have two that I'm dealing with now that I literally I don't even go with a wig on anymore because they're going to make me pull it off. I just go with a bandana around my head because it's war. Like, I tell them one thing and they know better, and they just do whatever they want to do. And I'm like, okay, nurse. So, yeah.
So, you actually helped care for Tay when he was?
I did.
Okay.
I really did.
Okay.
Before he went to surgery, he reached out to me. Was like, "What I need to do for my pressure? What I need to do for my blood pressure? What I need to do for my iron? What do I need to do for? I need to lose a few pounds." He was really, really like open about what he wanted to do, what he needed, and from the time that he reached out to me, I was there every step of the way. So
yeah, it was definitely a great experience. I I had decided that I wanted to get my body did like several years before. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. So I wanted to get my body did a couple years prior, so I was kind of making the proper decisions that I needed to. And I knew I wanted to reach out to her as far as just I knew she had this amazing bag that because we talked about this bag. So most people when they go and get cosmetic surgery, they don't realize all the care that you need before, during, and after. And so you have to usually go to different places to get all these items. Well, she has this bag that, literally, I called it Barney's Magic Bag because it literally had every single item that you needed in it to go with you to surgery. Like, there was nothing I'd had to go to the store and buy. Like, I literally picked up my bag and I was ready to roll. And it just made it very easier for me. Being a man, you don't have a lot of avenues that you can go to about cosmetic surgery for men, because number one, people have their thoughts on it, as far as, especially when you get anything dealing with the abdomen or the buttocks, people think it's all, it's gay or it's feminine, but cosmetic surgery is cosmetic surgery. And believe it or not, when I was down in Miami, there were 5 other men in the same place as I was, and so I kind of felt more comfortable, but she made it a lot easier for me. So I think I know I wouldn't be the body without her.
Oh, thank you.
And I want to thank you for your transparency, because I reached out to a lot of females, and some are just uncomfortable, some are just uncomfortable talking on about anything. Like, they just don't talk in public. But there was a lot of people who have gone on different podcasts or come on this podcast before, but when it came to talking about that particular topic, they don't want to talk about it for whatever reason. So I appreciate you being transparent and coming, because I'm always say, if I'm looking for a peach, that's the one I'm about to. That's like my inspo. I don't know if y'all ever seen. If y'all saw the flyer, y'all seen the peach. Yes.
Listen.
Yes. It's nice. It's very nice. And it took me forever. I did not know when I first met you that you had cosmetic surgery. Yep. And I'll tell you, we had like a whole group chat trying to figure, y'all think that's real? Y'all think we thought it was
he was very open about it. He was like, I'm going to have surgery. I would open my phone and I'm naked about it. Who is it? Taboo. I'm like, oh God.
Oh my God. I think the funniest, so I'm very transparent about it. So I think after surgery, my first question, was like, okay, how long do you have to wait before you could do it? Because I think that's everybody's most important question. Is like, when is it gonna be drivable? And yes. I think I drove it maybe a week before my doctor said I could have drove it. And I called Shanavia at like 2 a.m. in the morning, crying because I just knew I had botched myself. And she was like, Octavian, you are coming to me in the morning at 7. Please, I'll see you in the morning. I mean, I was in tears. I just knew I had ruined my shape. And so I got there that morning, and she came downstairs, and she looked and she said, come your ass on upstairs. And so we got upstairs, and she laid me down. She said, boy, ain't nothing wrong with you. I don't know what
you called me at 2:00 in the morning, was like, I did the do, my body is gonna be messed up. I was like, at 2:00 in the morning, what you want me to do about it? And so he comes to his appointment. I'm like, there is nothing wrong with you. It's all in your head, but they tell you to abstain from having sex for a while. I just always tell them to whatever your doctor tell you to do.
And listen, when it comes to stuff like, baby, when the doctor said no sex for 6 weeks after all 3 babies, it was 6 weeks after. That is one thing. If they tell me not to drive, I'm not driving. So when it comes to that, I'm a non-compliant. Like, I ain't probably gonna finish the antibiotics. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. I probably ain't gonna view the incentive spirometer, but baby, if they say don't touch me,
don't touch me.
But I'm telling you, but if you get that I'm probably gonna mispronounce. I pronounce it wrong all the time. But that bromelain, if you get that bromelain, man, you're gonna heal so quickly. I tell
Yes.
people
And it's in your
all the
Okay,
bag.
time.
so what is the wrong?
So when people are getting ready to have surgery, they get in all these groups with all these people who probably don't know nothing.
Okay, probably ain't even had surgery, but they giving out advice. I believe
So they're like, drink the pineapple juice, drink the pineapple juice. And I was like, why are y'all drinking pineapple juice? Like, you're just putting sugar and calories back into the body that you just had lipo for. So if you look on the back of a can of the pineapple juice, it's full of sugar, full of calories, full of carbs. So I did my own research and found out that it's the bromelain inside of the pineapple that decreases the inflammation. So I just ordered the organic bromelain pills and put them in your bag.
it. Okay, I
Thank
think
you. And mind you, you can't find those pills in anybody's Walgreens.
You can't.
I want to be very clear about it. You got to order it. And I'm lazy. I like my stuff right then, right there. And so she was like, okay, just come and get this bag. And they got everything you need in it. And I'm sure she's going to explain the bag. But it was a lifesaver. Like I said, I started taking it 2 days before I had surgery. So I was taking 2 pills a day. And so right after I got out, that was the first pill I took. I didn't even really take the medicine they gave me. I'm not a big pain medicine type of person, but like I wasn't in any major pain. It just felt like I got into like a little fender bender, so my body was a little sore. But I took those pills twice a day, and I was at the club like 3 weeks later. Like I was outside. Like my body was great. I wasn't very like bloated, like swollen. I think Shanavia had to re-pierce my incisions maybe once, but I was dry. So it was like
pierce your incisions. Okay, let's.
So with the BBL or Lipo 360, you usually have incisions here, depending on who your doctor is. Some of them poke holes everywhere. But they usually have here, where your flanks are at the top, mid back, in the crack of your buttocks. And if you get in the fat put in there, you'll have 2 incisions under the curve of your butt.
Okay.
And one down here, like where the pelvic area is. And that's where you drain from. That's where the lymphatic fluid drains from. So I have to manipulate the incision so it can drain out, because if not, it'll stay and get hard, and then you'll end up with fibroids. And when you take your pictures with your shirt off, it look like somebody got bricks under your
You're like a sack of potatoes.
let me ask
like
you
so many
this
words.
question, because I'm still so confused about this. And I've asked the concierge, I've asked some people, and everybody gives me a different answer. Am I leaving Miami with JP drains or no?
That's going to depend on your surgeon.
Yeah, it depends on what you're getting.
Yeah, most of the time you have JP drains if you have a tummy tuck. I think you're getting a BBL, right?
Mm-hmm.
So depending on who your doctor is, they may put a drain on one side. Not every doctor does that. It's like their own special craft, but you won't know until you wake up. But one thing I do know for sure, you're going to have multiple incisions all over your body.
But so if they put the drain, they're gonna take the drain out before I leave, or I'm gonna have to come home and pull out my own.
You can pull it out. I remove them, but you can pull it out, and you're not supposed to pull it out unless it's draining less than 25 mLs in 24 hours. Okay. Unless it gets clotted in the inside, and then I'll go ahead and pull it, because the fluid is just going to build up back in your stomach, and I have to go in with a needle. It's a long process. So when you have drains, you have to constantly strip it. Constantly strip it so it don't clot on the inside, and so you can get the maximum effect of the JP drain. But not all doctors do JP drains for BBLs. I see it a lot with the tummy, but not so much with the BBLs.
I haven't seen many that did drains and BBLs either.
Very
so
few.
You didn't have drains?
No.
Oh no, ma'am.
He said no, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Like you can't even see my incisions. Like tell about the cream too, friend. Tell about the cream in the bag.
Oh, the bag has everything.
Because the cream is ideal. Like I've seen 2 people recently that are a year and a half, almost 2 years out of surgery, and you can still see the shadow marks of where their incisions were. But you put that cream on there. The first day you take that faja off, because you can't take it off for 24 hours. After you take it off, you put that cream on. I put it on there 4 times a day, and you can't even see an incision on my body.
Right.
Hey,
so,
Charlene. So is it like a what kind of cream is it?
I can't tell.
You can't tell. Okay. Let me ask this because I would be the first one to when I had my gallbladder surgery. Shout out to Whitney. What is the name? Canabama. Whitney owns Canabama, and when I tell you, the CBD products and the Delta 8 products helped me so much more than the Lortab, the Norco
but I
did.
was smoking. I was smoking down.
I can't
I
smoke.
know, friend. I know. I'm sorry. I know.
Okay.
So I sent her a message to ask her, can you travel on the airplane with? I know you can with CBD, but I didn't know. Like, can you travel on an airplane with like Delta 8 products?
They can go underneath.
Listen, Linda. Listen. Put it in your check bag, and that be it. But no,
let that be that.
Let that be that. Nobody, they're looking for bums. They ain't looking for CBD and Delta 8.
Okay.
They ain't looking. They'll care less about that.
Okay. Okay. So,
and it
we talked about the cream. We talked about the. There was a question that was on the tip. Sitting. I've heard so many different things. I know you asked me where I was going, Tay, and I was like, don't worry, I ain't going nowhere that start with a C. I ain't going to Canada, Colombia, or or Costa Rica. If it's out of the country, I'm not. I just not. Shout out to anybody that does. I'm just not comfortable.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable. I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep in another country, unless, like not forcefully. Like I want to go to sleep naturally, but not. Sitting was I think the hardest part of sitting for me was traveling back from Miami. I would advise, if you don't have any like flyer miles, I would advise you to get first class. I would advise you to get business because the seats are bigger. They're gonna require you to sit down to take off. So usually what I did was, although I buckled in, I had my little butt thing as well, but I also never put any weight down. I kind of used
start working these triceps in.
I used my legs to kind of, if you see from like the video, I'm sitting up on my legs. And that's kind of how I took off. Once they let me take my seatbelt off, I just got on my knees and like slept that way.
Told you that.
Yeah, she told me to ask the doctor for what did you call it?
A letter to fly on your knees if they're still required. But
they didn't ask me about it.
Yeah, once the seatbelt sign comes off, get you a pillow for your knees and a pillow for you to rest your head for that hour and 45-minute flight, because it's going to be uncomfortable.
It is
on your butt, because depending on which airline you fly, the seat is only about this big anyway.
Yeah, we did. I did get the
Comfort Plus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No shrimp. I just want to specify that.
Because it's so tell them why no shrimp.
Oh my God! And what was crazy at my recovery,
I was like, you got to stop.
Huh?
Some baby came home with some seafood. When I got there last night, I was like, don't bring me no more seafood.
Listen, my recovery house, she had gave me shrimp, and I was so hungry because, like, they tell you ain't gonna have no appetite. Shit, I was hungry, and I had ate 2 of the shrimp before I didn't realize that I could hear Sinead's voice in the back of my head. Don't eat no shellfish because you're gonna swell up and you're gonna be hurt. And by the time I ate the 2, it was too late. I was in so much pain for like at least 6 hours. No matter if I sat down, I stood up. Like that salt and that iodine and that shellfish, baby, is gonna take you out of here. So don't eat that.
So lots of protein is what I'm told. Can I eat like good fats, so like avocados and stuff like that?
Yeah, you
can eat good fat. Your doctor gonna tell you to consume about, well, he told me, because I was a man, to consume about 2,500 calories a day, because your body has to heal. I was down because I was eating probably 500 to 1,000 calories a day by the time of my surgery, which is very dangerous for a man my size. But
I don't understand how.
So you feed the fat, but
because what's keeping me from gaining weight? Like while I'm eating 2,500 calories, but I ain't working out.
Because they're good calories.
They're good calories.
Tell a friend.
This is what I tell people. This is a major surgery. It's a major surgery. So your body is going to go through a lot. They're taking a heated cannula with things on the inside. They're scraping fat. They're burning fat. They're filling you up with IV fluids. It's a lot. You're going to lose a lot of blood. It's a lot that goes on with the body it's a lot of trauma that goes on with the body when you have a BBL.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need to feed your fat, you know, load yourself with carbs, but you definitely have to stay away from shellfish, alcohol, and salt.
Yeah, because I wasn't even going to no more balls. And then when I thought about the fact that I can't have no alcohol, I was like, I need to go load up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go to a couple balls so I can. So I got to stop drinking 2 weeks. They asked me to stop drinking 2 weeks.
No alcohol, no seafood, no salt. I cannot stress that enough.
So no seafood and salt before either.
Well, it's the iodine in the shellfish, and salt is made from iodine salt. So it's the iodine in the salt that makes you swell, and it hurts really, really bad.
Really bad.
You'll feel your skin. You'll have like webs on the side. It'll get tight, and then you're gonna call me, and I'll be like, I can't do anything about that. You need to drink like 5 gallons of water and call me in 2 days.
And y'all, it's really true with the seafood because I literally weigh. I know you're supposed to, I weigh every day. And so yesterday I know what I weighed. And then last night, and I barely ate anything yesterday. But last night I told you my baby brought home some seafood, some shrimp. Ate like 5 shrimp. Woke up this morning, I couldn't get my ring off of my hand. Oh, okay. So you swell pretty quickly when you eat, especially if it's the seafood like we eat here in Mobile.
Straight out of salt water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you have to know your body as well. You have to know what works for you. Like for instance, you said you ate 5 shrimp and you couldn't do that today. You haven't had any major surgery. So imagine after your body has went through that shock, and then you go and do that, then you're really gonna be up shit creek without a paddle.
It's gonna be really bad. Like you're gonna
so painful.
And it's gonna be nothing. I can't do anything.
You can't do anything for me.
Nothing.
I'm for real. I was in so much. I was in so
yourself stretching out.
I believe you.
It's gonna be bad.
I believe you because after I had one of my kids, I swelled up so bad, and when you ever swell up so bad to where your skin hurts, I've been there before, so I could imagine what it would be.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
And then like trying to get a massage and it feels like they describe it to me as like somebody has like hot pins poking them on their side and their back. So
let me tell you something.
It's pointless to even try to book a massage because as soon as I touch you, you go to crying and be like,
I'm telling you, the strongest man could not stand and lay down and let Shanavia rub on you. And I'm gonna tell you, it ain't like she rough. It ain't that she's very aggressive. But it's just them massages are no joke. The massages were the most painfulest part for me. I woke up from surgery, I was fine. But them massages, them bitches are from the devil.
However, they are effective.
And let's talk about the massages, what type they are and why they're needed. Talk about the massages.
And so and it's always so funny because people's like, I want to book an hour. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
Hour. You barely gonna want to be here for these 30 minutes, but
no, you don't.
I always say, let's do one session, and then at 25 minutes, they're like, is it over? I thought you wanted an hour. I ain't think so. I've never had anybody that booked an hour and stayed an hour. But you get it because for one, well, I try to drain you first. Mm-hmm. Some people drain more than others, depending on what doctor it is and where your incisions are and what you have been eating, because you have to think about if your tissues swell over your incisions, guess what? You're not going to drain. So if you eat salt and your tissues are swollen, nothing is going to come up from the top area for me to drain. They just look better. I can tell a massage body from a non-massage body. I can tell a 1 or 2, 3 massage body from a consistent 2-3 times a week or every day, first week after surgery, then every other day after that. So I can tell, and a lot of people can tell as well.
Every day after that for forever or for like?
No, so usually right after surgery, you're supposed to do it every day for about 2 weeks. And then I drop you down to about 3 or 4. But I always tell my clients, let me see you first. Let me see how much you're draining. Let me see what the doctor did. So I never tell them this is how many you're going to need on the phone. I always have to see you first and say, oh yeah, you're going to need one every day for about a week or 2. And then we're going to drop you down to 3. Then we're going to drop you down to 2 and then 1. And then you'll get a maintenance massage. But they're definitely necessary.
And they're called
lymphatic massages.
And so then also a friend of mine, a new colleague of mine offers the Starts with a C.
Cavitations.
The cavitation. My doctor recommended that I have the cavitation treatments
after your swelling and your fluid,
yeah,
because
After
if
that
cavitation, if cavitation breaks down fat, and you have so this is vascular system, and then this is the skin, and then this is fluid and the fat, and then you're cavitating fluid. So is it really working? So I always tell my clients, wait till you have been drained completely after about 3 or 4 weeks.
And that's exactly what they told me to do.
Then go get
so
I have girls
she's on point, because she's everything that my doctor has told me to do. Like the time limits, everything is on point.
You cavitate over fat. You can't do wood therapy over fluid. You just you can't do it. Now after we've dropped down to about 2 massages every other day or whatever. Then go get the infrared and all that other stuff. But straight out of surgery, I'm gonna tell you, like, it's not working. You can do what you want to do because it's your money, your time, whatever. You've been in these groups. They always do these groups, and they think they know everything. So I get to speak my piece on it and I'm done with it. But I say at least about 4 weeks for me.
Yeah, that's exactly what, because when I spoke with her the other day, she was like, no, you don't need to do that right away. And she was like, no, I want you to wait 6. So I'm like, well, he said 3. She was like, no.
And it's all going to depend on how well you expel the fluid from your body. Like, it doesn't make sense if just thinking about it and just putting this basic common sense. You can't cavitate fat and fluids in between it. It just does not. It just does not do what it needs to do.
So you want to tell them about the concierge part of it? Wait, go ahead, Tay.
Oh no, I was agreeing with everything that she's saying. I mean, I had a pretty good concierge. They were nice. Like I said, they didn't bother me or harass me. They answered what questions they could answer. Dr. Boker, he mostly answered all of my questions, but I didn't speak with him until the day of surgery when he got ready to mark me up. But I just encourage people also to start working out. Like, you don't have to be in a gym like me. I was in the gym twice a day. Like I meant it. I wanted to make sure that I was the way. I wanted to make sure I was as healthy as I could, because I was told the better you look going in, the better you look coming out. People assume that cosmetic surgery is like a quick way, and it really isn't. It's very dangerous. It's hard because you have to stay focused before, and the hardest thing is staying focused after, because you can't go to the gym. I couldn't work out for at least 90 days. And after the 90 days, I could only do upper body and at least between 5 and 10 pounds, because he said if I did any stretching or pulling or straining on my body where I had lipo, it'll attach to something. But he was like, it'll be really bad. Yeah. So the hardest part was to eat properly and walk and stay consistent, for the next 6 to 8 months, because you consider post-op for a year. Yeah. So it's like, that's the hardest part, is staying dedicated. It's a mental thing, really. So I just encourage people to work out, the better, like I said, get your body ready, get your body prepared, because you're about to go into some real shock, So
my daughter, we were talking, my baby Treasure, we were talking about it today. She's like, Mom, I low-key think you scared. And I was like, no, I'm not really worried. I'm not scared. Like, I'm not scared of dying like that. Like, if anything, I would be worried that they're not
I ain't gonna be fine.
Yeah, they're not gonna I'm not gonna like the way that they do it. And she's like, well, what other risks? Now, this is after I say, I'm not really worried about dying. And she said, well, Mom, what are the major risks? And that's dying.
Well, there you go.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
I'm not worried, but what's the rate? Yeah, I'm dying. So, it's always, but I mean, if you have anesthesia because you want to get your wisdom teeth pulled out, when I had my gallbladder, like, they're still going to tell you that one of the risks of each one of these things is going to be death. So, death. Yeah. So, that's not any different. Now, the difference here is it is something that I choose to do, something that's not mandatory or necessary as far as you guys think. But for me, it's mandatory and it's necessary because it's something that I want to do for myself.
And you work very hard to get where you
at. Yeah, because not everybody is a candidate
for surgery.
Let me tell you something. I tell them real quick, please don't let your pocket and your fear concern yourself with what I got going on. Because if you don't want to get it, you either scared or broke. Those are your options.
Those
are your options. I'm just
a broke table.
I mean, because that at the end of the day, that's what it is. You're not gonna tell me that somebody who knew for certain that they weren't going to die, and somebody gave them the money to have surgery that they would be lying to you.
Because we have that conversation all the time about people saying you have low self-esteem because you choose to go. That is just totally
don't you go paint your car after having it a few years? Don't you want to go soup the model up? I mean, shit.
What somebody does with their money, it has nothing to do with me.
Has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do.
I just tell people, do your research.
Would I spend my last on a body? No. But
I spend my third to my last.
I would spend the third to the last. You know? I need to be able to pay my mortgage. I'm not working.
We can make sure we can eat, drive, and live.
Yeah, definitely.
But I ain't gonna lie and say I've not made some sacrifices. I've sacrificed a lot to be able to do this. I wish I would have been able to do it before like Treasure was in school, but I wasn't a candidate. I have tried for a long time. It's like every time I get almost close to having a BMI, and there are some doctors who do it now though with a BMI.
But you have to think about it. Those are the doctors that just wants to say, I'll do it, but you're not going to look. I'm telling you, you're not going to look good. I have not seen anybody who has went with a high BMI that looks like they had surgery. Especially in the States, there's a limit of fat you can take off.
And I didn't know that. And I've heard Florida has a lower limit than most places.
That's why they go to not the chop shop, but the Dominican Republic.
Well, they'll
keep
you sleep a long time.
They don't, in the Dominican Republic, you don't even get real anesthesia. You get Versed. It's not, they don't have trained anesthesiologists over there. That's not what you're paying for. That cuts out the high cost because anesthesiologists cost. Most of them, the girls that I have talked to said it wasn't like you didn't go all the way under. You didn't get general anesthesia. They gave us a little blue pill, and some of them wake up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I've had a few that said they woke up during surgery and they was like, go to speaking Spanish. It's like, I gotta do another pill or whatever, azul or whatever. And
hell no.
Yeah, listen, I ain't going to Canada, Colombia, Costa Rica, anywhere that start with a C. And this,
I did go to Colombia for my veneers.
But I mean, that's your team.
They did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, Colombia, if it were. I'm gonna be my deposit is paid in Colombia.
Okay? You going to Colombia?
Whenever my deposit been paid in Colombia for about 3 years, but it's my clients that deter me because every time I see what they go through, I'm like, I ain't doing it no more.
Because let's talk about what am I rubbing? Is that you or me?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's that noise. We're getting some kind of rubbing noise up here. Okay, so. What are we talking about? Canada, Colombia, rounds. Let's talk about rounds. When people talking about, well, I'm going back to get my second round. I'm like, I only want to do this one time. I don't want to do 3 or 4 rounds.
You got to go back for a second round. Something was dead wrong. That's just my personal opinion on it because I'm like,
it's a lot of rounds.
I'm going to tell you my theory, but let's tell you his theory.
I don't know, like. And again, it's all about your research. Sinead, when I told Sinead I wanted to do this, she was like, I just want you to do your research. I want you to make sure your doctor is going to give you exactly what you want. Look at everybody they've done. Go look at their mortality rate. Like, go look at where they went, the school. Like, I really did my research on my doctor to make sure that, like you said, this is something I want to do one time. I don't want to have to go back. I don't want any problems. I don't want no questions. The only thing I could say that I wish I could have gotten done that he couldn't do is I have an Audi, so I have like a hernia. So my stomach will never be as flat as I would like for it to be simply because of that. But my doctor was like, find a picture of the ass you want and you bring it and I'm going to give you that. I feel like if people go back for round 2s, it's because, oh, well, maybe my ass is not as big as I want it, or it don't, or maybe I want some more fat sucked out around the waist. I don't know. I just think round 2s are just to me pointless.
Now I
for
can
real.
see if you're having a round two that's in a different area. Like, so I'll have the 360 and I'll have the BBL, but this doctor they don't do tummy tucks at the same time. So if I wanted to actually
Right.
tummy tuck, then I would have to go back. But that's a different area.
Yeah, that's a different
Yeah.
surgery.
But going back to do the same area, I don't. And then I've heard things like, okay, well, make sure you ask for it a few sizes too big because it's gonna shrink some. Or then the fluff. What is fluff? Like, is that really a thing?
So
Yes. So
I'm gonna-
fluffing. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Sinead?
I was gonna backtrack before we get off to fluffing and stuff
Go
like
ahead.
that. It's multiple reasons why people go back for round two. We have some people that, to the public eye, they look very well, but in their mind, they're addicted to it. I have a client, she's been 4 times, and it's not that anything is wrong with her. She said, I'm addicted to it. I'm just addicted to it.
But to what part of it? She just want to keep getting bigger and bigger?
Waist just getting smaller and smaller. And if you go to somewhere like Atlanta, or sometimes they start here because they don't snatch you in Mobile. Then they'll go to,
they charge you though.
Yeah, they'll charge you, but they don't, snatch you like they want to be snatched. And then they go to Miami. So that's round 2. Mm-hmm. They don't like what Miami did, so they go to the Dominican. If they survive the Dominican Republic, they might make it to Colombia, or they just go back for round 2.
Really?
Yeah. So, and a lot of them, they get pregnant. I always get a text.
I've seen so many people that get
something
pregnant.
About BBLs and.
Well, for one, they make you stop your birth control pills.
You stop your birth control. You're getting a whole bunch of iron. You're taking all these vitamins.
Like and then you have sex,
and then you end up pregnant. So now they done had a baby. So now they want to go back for a round 2.
Because you throwing it back, trying to be sexy and shit, and he falling out of love. He shooting the club up.
They make you stop everything.
Everything, and you're pumping yourself with. Think about it. You're eating well. You're taking all these vitamins.
And you look good.
You look good. So
that's a recipe for disaster.
That is a breeding ground for babies to get made. So I wouldn't say everybody that goes back for round 2 are not satisfied with their doctor did. It's multiple reasons why they'll go back, or they don't take care of the first BBL. They come back, they're snatched, and then they feel like they can just eat whatever they want.
And
they
gain weight,
whatever they want.
Much like somebody having a gastric bypass or a
the sleeve.
The sleeve, you can still gain weight afterwards. And then they're always really big on, I'm going back, but I was told I would have to do 2 rounds to get what she needed done. Shouldn't have did that because now I forgot what I was going to say.
Or they go to Mexico and get botched. They go to Tijuana and get the.
Okay, baby, Mexico don't care, babe.
Mexico, you can have a BMI of 540. They're going to say, come on.
We look you now.
Yeah, we look you now.
I've seen some high BMI dolls, they call them, on TikTok, and they look nice. They
from the back.
I've seen really snatch waist on
from the back.
Okay. Well, okay. They look nice, but
from the back.
I would just be worried about the health.
You keep saying they look nice.
I wish I could find. Let me see if I can find this girl.
I haven't seen that one. Mexican body that I like, and that's just me.
Oh, I ain't say Mexico. I don't know about Mexico.
No.
Be a no for
me. And then like, oh my God, and these surgery places that are like popping up and doing all these really great deals. That is the recipe for disaster too.
Yeah. Like, Mia Aesthetics always has deals though.
But I know I ain't talking about Mia. Mia is the vet. They have put their work in. They have had good and they have had bad surgeons come through, but they've had some of the best. They've had, like I said, my doctor. They had Dr. Dowback before she did her own thing and got 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of good surgeons come through.
Parkinson, so she couldn't do surgery anymore. So
yeah.
She gave all his I keep getting confused because it's the Shim.
And another thing that
he gave all his cases to Dr. Nassif.
Yeah, Dr. Nassif is good too.
Yeah.
Another recommendation that I would have in doing your research, when you are looking at providers and where to go, look at the travel expense that's involved too. Because I'm telling you, it's costing me more to get where I'm going and stay where I'm gonna be at than it is for anything. It is expensive.
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
I think I had an okay price thing. Like I think I didn't reach my $10,000 mark until after I think my last few massages with Shanavia before I hit my $10,000 mark.
Don't blame your 10 bands on me.
not just with you. I'm just saying all together. So
Yeah.
like I know my surgery was 5,600 at the time. Um, my 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 recovery house was 1,200, and I was there 5 days.
And see,
Um,
maybe that because I'm not doing a recovery house. Doing because my daughter is coming. My daughters are coming with me, so we're doing a
okay.
Airbnb. So that costs, and I'm staying like you have to stay
Near the
near the hotel, near the facility. You got to be there the day before
Mm-hmm.
for
for
the pre-op
pre-op.
appointment, and then they
Mm-hmm.
want you to stay 5 days after. So you're there
Mm-hmm.
for a whole week.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got
Your doctor is very thorough, whoever it is, because most of them, once they have surgery, do your follow up.
I know
It's
it
between
wants
you and
there
God
for
on
her.
what you do with it.
That's why when it comes to something like that, I'm very compliant. So I got to be there for a whole week. So you figure staying in Miami, which is one of the most expensive places to travel, and feeding yourself while you're in Miami,
Dude,
and then traveling, first class or even comfort level to get
mm-hmm.
to Miami, you would think it would be less expensive living right here. But
Mm-hmm.
to go to Miami, from Pensacola, you don't have to stop in between, and that's what I wanted as well. So yeah, the travel expenses, make sure you factor that in there. Even when you see those specials, you make sure you go
You
and
better.
look at the travel expenses to wherever you're picking.
It's always good to also call the recovery homes. Like I said, I loved my recovery home. They were black owned women, which I love. They had a beautiful home that was not too far from the place. Like I said, they cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, unlimited snacks.
With
Uh, they
seafood.
pick they picked yeah, that one day. That one day I was like, bitch, have you lost your
Right,
motherfucking
there
mind?
you go. I told you, I knew you couldn't do it for a whole
I would
episode.
not curse.
I knew
Oh,
you couldn't do it
oh,
for a whole
Tables on curse.
episode.
Y'all
Right,
gotta
I
go.
forgot. I forgot. My bad. What that is? That's $5, ain't it?
Oh,
That's $5.
Okay.
That's $5 to the Shanavy. Listen, I don't never get on here and ask for stars, baby. But if anybody want to send me any stars tonight to go toward this Shanavia Rivers research fund,
the Shanavy was research.
Yeah, I'm telling
Shanavia,
she gonna save your life. She definitely, you know what I'm saying. I'll stand next to any bald booty in the city. I bet mine's
That's
softer
right.
than
And it's gonna
anybody.
jiggle like,
I
baby.
bet, baby.
Tay had
So
me
it's
doing
hot.
TikToks and all type of stuff during this. I said, "What is going on?" And I'm telling you, any given Sunday, I'm gonna open up my messenger and it's gonna be a naked body. Come, how this look? It's
and I am so not ashamed to do that because my friends,
I had to delete. I gave my son my old iPhone and baby, he said, "Mama," I had to start him his own iCloud.
yeah, because kids ain't allowed to have it in their
Baby,
phone.
because all he gonna see is booty. That's all he gonna
I
see.
had to do some rearranging. I just said, I'm just gonna start your own outlet. I'm just gonna log, find out.
I do love Shanavia's her area where she does her massages. It's very private. It's very like comfortable and homey. Like it's really nice. I know there's a lot of people who do it in the city. I can stand for her. I do love her professionalism. I love how comfortable she made me. And
But you travel too now, though. But she almost killed me. You travel too now.
Julie, I almost.
Wait a minute, what they said? Because I can't see the chat, y'all. What they say?
She said she almost killed her. She said she's good, but she almost killed her.
Yeah, she almost killed me the first time too. I think everybody almost died the first time.
It's like a deep tissue sports massage with
no,
right there.
No, I promise to God, it's like she doing this. It's like she really scratching you. Like it's so, her fingers are so light, but it's just your body. I promise, but your body is just so tense. She's rubbing out that tenseness, excuse me, and that's what makes you soft. That's why a lot of these girls be hard like bricks because they ain't let them rub on them right. You know what I'm saying? and that's why people be like, oh, I can tell she got her body, because you can tell like that fat has been moved from one place to another. Those massages are made to let that fat settle into that area, that new place, its new home. And then when you don't do that, it looks foreign. It looks like it's out of place. That's why she got to get in there. She got to rub that thing like real good, like. And then you're gonna be soft. Take my words for it. I don't mind let nobody feel it, because I'll be like, it's soft. You got to second guess it. I don't mind let nobody feel it.
Who that? Like,
is that me? Second guess.
Sorry. I turned my live off so I can read the comments. She said, I'm going back, but I was told I would have to do 2 rounds to what I needed done. So see, sometimes you do have to go multiple rounds to get the look that you want. So
you definitely I'm like you, stay off of some of these. I had to stop following some of these groups because
you will go down the rabbit hole. They'll be taking
out.
Let me see. Somebody, what did that girl say?
I cannot find that girl, but she was.
It was something going on with her incision, and they was like, "You supposed to put honey on it," and I was like,
"It sounds good." Don't they do that in the military?
Well, it's called, but this is, she just saw honey, right? She didn't see the most important part of the honey in front of it, the manuka honey. Manuka honey helps with it's like a natural antibiotic. And you can just go get the manuka honey strips from Walgreens or from CVS, but she was putting
regular honey out.
Just regular store honey on there.
And wonder why she had to go to
I see where that almost made me cuss.
Oh, she got an infection?
Yes.
Oh.
See, that almost made me cuss, but I remember it. Because I was going to say, that's a important part of the
process. I believe it, Julia. I believe it. Okay. So how long were you off work, Tay?
So I'm an insurance adjuster. So I'm in one particular spot. I think I was off work maybe 2 weeks after surgery because I could stand. They required you to stand and move around. Was it 2? I think it's like 2-3 weeks after surgery, because I bought one of the little desks that stood up.
Desk, yeah.
So that was my way of going back to work. I actually had one of those pregnancy balls too. So I used those, little pregnancy balls. Mm-hmm. They have like little seats where it's like a little donut. And you can like sit in there. I had one of those that I used as well. So I just pretty much bought everything that will make work comfortable for me. It just depends really on what type of work you do. If you're doing a lot of bending and lifting objects, then that could potentially be unsafe. So I think it just depends on what type of work you do. Also, if you're taking the proper vitamins, drinking your water, and letting your body heal, quicker. If you don't, you'll be off longer.
Okay.
For me, that's what I think for me.
It's what I've pretty much heard the whole time. Have you talked to anybody who's experienced, a lot of times when you have going to anesthesia, have any type of surgery, you can get depressed afterward. Have you talked to anybody who experienced any depression afterwards?
Yes.
I am literally.
You did personally?
The therapist.
You did personally?
Like, it's a lot. Like, they're really depressed because you have to think about it. They can't eat what they want. Another reason why I became available for concierge, because when you have surgery, you realize who has your back.
Because you can't drive.
You can't drive, so you're dependent on somebody to bring you groceries. If you don't have Instacart, you're depending on them to take them to get the things that you need because you run out of stuff if you don't have anything delivered, and you have to depend on them to get you to your appointment, wait on you for 30-45 minutes, and then bring, like, if you're doing that every day, it's just not practical for some people. So they do, like, they'll come, it's like, I wanted to come, but I can't find a ride. Some of them have went to the extent of Ubering or DoorDash. So now I'm not DoorDash, Ubering or Lyft. I'm hungry. DoorDash. Ubering or Lyft. So, and that gets even more expensive or whatever. So you definitely have to budget the whole thing, not just the surgery.
The whole entire thing.
You only have $5,000 to spare for a $4,500 surgery. It's okay to wait. It's okay to wait. Just pay on it because it's a lot. So they do deal with depression. And if they have complications, sometimes there are things that they can prevent, and sometimes they're not. If they just go to a place that wasn't as clean as it was supposed to. They end up with infections. They end up in the hospital with wound. What is the wound tube? The wound vac. I've had a few clients that ended up on a wound vac. It just depends. So I always tell people, if you're going to have surgery, research. Type in the Google search how many deaths they've had. Check to see if they had any flags from the health department, because it was a facility in Florida that did 10 people surgery and the air wasn't working. Everybody had staph.
Oh my goodness.
And 2 of the girls were from Mobile. They went as surgery sisters and they all caught staph infection from a facility.
And it was because it be cold in there.
Yeah. So it's just, you just have to do your due diligence when you're having somebody go in and do such a surgery like that. So yeah, they can get depressed because guess what? When you're in the hospital, you got to lay on your what? Your back or your butt. So now, and they don't care. Oh, I can't lay on my butt. You're in the hospital. You about to go to CT. You laying on your butt.
I thought about that too. Like, you definitely don't want to go to the hospital because
they're not going to work around a Faja. So you got to come out of there too. So that helps shape your body and keep you from swelling.
That's what we're going to talk about
So
next.
those people who end up in the hospital, they end up going for a round 2 because they're in the hospital, and them nurses and doctors don't care about no cosmetic surgery. And also, if you don't have a grave issue with your surgery, the doctors won't even touch you down here. They do not like to go behind these doctors once you've told them that you've been to Florida, Atlanta, Miami, Columbia, or whatever to have surgery. You go to the ER for a complication, you have to have either a fever, you have to be anemic or something like that. They will not touch you. They're going to tell you to go back to the doctor that did your surgery.
So now you got to go all the way back.
Exactly. And they're not even home for you so you can make an appointment.
I suffer a little bit from depression. I think it was more so, I was told before I had my surgery, I don't remember who told me, but there was like a lot of people who have surgery suffer from body dysmorphia afterwards. And so I had to do a little research on it, as I didn't understand. I didn't know exactly what that was. And basically from what I gather is sometimes you don't see your body the way other people see it. You're going to always see it flawed. And so for the first year of my surgery, well, like after I was able to work out, that, because it's going on 3 years now. For the second year of my surgery, for the most part, it's almost 3 years now. Yeah. I worked out so much, not because not only did I enjoy the gym, but because I would always see myself as not looking good. Like my body always looked fat, or I felt like I was kind of misshaped. So I worked out very hard to just kind of see that. So I also try to tell people, like, you know what I'm saying? Look at yourself, be grateful for where you are, be grateful for your accomplishments of getting to that point, but just be okay. Don't try to, your body will go through changes, like she said, because I know we touched on fluffing. Like, my body didn't really settle until almost a year, 2 years later. Like, now my body has completely settled. Your body will change. Like, your booty get bigger. Sometimes, like, it's getting smaller. Sometimes your waist look extra flat. Sometimes it look a little wide. It's just your body will change. But yes, I did suffer a little bit. I'm fine now. Like, I think it had its past, but I think everybody go through it. It's just, how you got to push past it for real.
And so I will speak on, wow, it's almost 8:00 already. I'll speak on that. If you know anybody who's ever had any type of bariatric surgery, whether it be a sleeve or a gastric bypass, so what's the other one? Sleeve, isn't it 3? The sleeve, a gastric bypass.
There's some other, just any bariatric. I can't think of the name.
So anyway, you have to be cleared by a psychiatrist or a psychiatric provider before you have those surgeries.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, you do. And I would not be opposed to seeing that being done before any type, like a cosmetic surgery of this nature as well. And
that'll be a significant drop
in the amount of people that get it. But I say that because I can see why, because I've had the conversation before when people will tell me that, well, your self-esteem, I'm sure your self-esteem really improved after you lost weight. And so what I say is, actually, what I decided to do this time was to work on my self-esteem before I lost the weight. So I had to learn to become comfortable with who Trish was even though I was overweight, even though I was morbidly obese, I still learned to love who I was, because at any given time I could still go, like it can happen. I could still gain every pound of what I lost back, but I never want to go back to the depression that I had, or the body dysmorphia that I had, or any of that I had before I learned to love me for who I was. And so that's why I say I do believe that it would not be a bad idea if people actually had to.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying that it would be a great idea. I'm just saying there'd be a lot of broke surgeons, because a lot of people wouldn't qualify, because they're mentally challenged. But yeah, I mean, like I said, for me, it just I didn't want to be back fat. Like that was my thing. I was like, I've worked very hard. I've gotten here. You better get in there and you better stay there. So I was like, when I went into surgery, I was 214. My doctor was like, if I would have lost any more weight, I wouldn't have qualified, because he had nowhere to pull the fat from. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was a big thing for me. So when I actually, after my surgery, I stopped working out. I ate right. I still gained a little weight. You know what I'm saying? And so you can actually name me. I was very upset about it. I felt like, you know, I felt like I'm a statistic. I go get the surgery, come back, and I get fat again. But like she said, your body has just went through a major change. It's going to change for the next 6 to 8 months to a year. Just give your body some time.
Some grace. Give yourself a lot of grace. You're going to. The scale is not going to be your friend. I think you need to put the scale in the garage.
Don't weigh.
Don't weigh yourself, because it's going to fluctuate. If you're full of fluid, guess what? You're going to be heavier. And then if you don't feel like eating, you might not eat for a day or two. It's okay. So I always tell them, like, do the protein shakes, do the tropical smoothie cafe, not Smoothie King.
She did.
I'm not a fan of Smoothie King, because if you ever seen how they make it,
it's a lot of sugar.
It's a lot of sugar. It's a lot of sodium. It's not fresh fruit. However, Tropical Smoothie Cafe is. Or get some almond milk and a protein shake. Drop your banana in there. Because sometimes you're not going to feel like eating every single day. You're not going to want to eat a full meal. And then you run out of things to eat. It's like, I can't have this. I can't have fish. I can't have shellfish. I can't have shrimp. I can't have salt. And then they just get so upset and depressed that they won't eat.
Because I even get that way.
You can have freshwater salmon. You can have freshwater salmon.
You can have freshwater salmon.
We talked about just a minute ago. That even like gets aggravating for me sometimes now, since I had the gallbladder surgery. Things that I would still enjoy eating, that I can't eat. So I could imagine just getting frustrated, not being able to.
Tony's no salt.
One of my favorite things.
Tony's no salt and Mrs. Dash will be your friends, because all of Mrs. Dash is no.
Like you'll find, and I'll be there too. You just don't pay me for a massage. It's like, I don't turn my phone off when it comes to.
She don't.
It's not like,
you say text at 2:00 in the morning.
No texting. I called.
He's gonna FaceTime.
I'm calling.
He with FaceTime me. I'm like, you
look at it.
You out of me or what? You just FaceTime me, but whatever. He's very understanding when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, I'm here as because they get frustrated. They call me in tears. I have to talk them off the ledge. Like, I need you to focus. It's just a meal. We're gonna find you something to eat. Like, don't slit your wrist because you can't eat a crawfish. It's crawfish season. Everybody eat.
It was crawfish season too. Lord Jesus.
And I think Taboo went to surgery around the holidays, like before.
Yeah,
my birthday was eating in front of him for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, but.
And I think I'm hoping. I think I picked a good time, even though it's like coming around up to my birthday. But I can live without having a celebration in March, because I got the whole year to celebrate. But I was a little worried about that too. But I wanted to be ready for summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also wanted, because I've heard that it does, like you say, take some time to heal and finally get to what you're. And I'm going to be 50 next year, and so that's why I wanted to do it this year.
Yeah.
So that
for real?
Y'all baby, you already know you're gonna be here next year.
Girl, I did not know you was about to be 50. Girl, you want to be my mama.
So
you look good.
Grace, when it comes
good.
When it comes to stuff like that. You're gonna have bad days, like real bad days. You're gonna have bad days. You're gonna look snatch, and the next day you're gonna feel like I don't look right. You're gonna be critiquing yourself. You're gonna be looking up, sending me doctors like, should I go to this doctor for a round 2? I'm like, you're 3 minutes post-op, like chill out.
So let's talk about the fact that I did not know. I thought once I got through with this surgery, I was going to be able to take this waist trainer, throw it in the trash, and never look back at a garment.
Well, it all depends on how much they're able to take off and if you're comfortable with your results. Like somebody like me, I wouldn't get lipo. I would get a tummy tuck. I would cut it off, throw it in the trash, stitch me up. I'll get a nice tattoo to go over.
Because if I go, I'm
comes
probably
back.
going to go back and get a tummy tuck if I'm being honest.
Yeah, the fat comes back. It does.
I thought about it too.
Go sit down, Tay.
I did. I thought about it.
Yeah, it's look every time Charlene posts her little extended tummy tuck, Charlene gonna have no. I don't know if y'all know Charlene sends.
You know who I can't think of her first name is Jasmine. I can't think of her last name, but she had a BBL. She did lipo and then she did a tummy tuck as well. And her body is huh? Well, no, she went her round 2 was a tummy tuck.
Very few doctors that will do the lipo, the tummy tuck.
No, she went back
at the same time. I know Dr. which is my favorite. If I'm going to Miami, it's Dr. Michael Rodriguez, Dr. Magic Mike. I stand 10 toes down behind Dr. Magic Mike.
Okay.
We can do a tummy tuck in 8 areas of lipo and a BBL, and you'll still be here with us. And you're gonna look good.
And so look good.
But very few because they just can't do it. They just can't.
I'm fine with going. Yeah, I'm fine with going back.
And you're gonna notice that your recovery from your tummy tuck is actually better than your recovery from that lipo. That lipo is rough.
Yes, God, because you start itching. It was the itching for me.
Oh yeah, when you start healing, you start itching and scratching.
It was the itching.
It's a
if
lot.
I did go back for a round 2, it's a doctor in LA, and it's called the gladiator surgery. And so basically it's for like men who have poor muscle definition. Like, some men can work out 2 weeks and they've been working out for a year because the definition pumps up so quickly. I don't have great muscle definition. And so they go in and they basically you work out, you lose weight, but they go in and they chisel every part of that body that has that muscle. But it's about $25,000. Like, that's the minimum. He was like, you need to come with at least a minimum. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's the next.
Ab itching. They do.
No, ma'am. I don't want no lobster.
No seas. No Colombia, Costa Rica.
No, because people who go get ab sketched look like lobsters.
They look like lobsters.
Like a lobster tail.
Oh
no.
Jesus, please.
No.
But yeah, I think you'll be fine. And if you're not fine, then
I'm gonna be fine. If I'm not, we're gonna be fine.
Period. Fine. You better be.
Fine.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. If you're not,
spiritually, I shall live. I shall not die. If the only reason that I would have not been transparent and shared this journey is some of the responses. Like, I called one of my friends. I don't know how she didn't know that I was having it done or what I was having done. But when I texted and told her exactly what it was no texting. Like, she was on the phone. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Don't you know it's the most dangerous surgery that you can have? And so those kind of negative things, but those kind of negative things are the only reason that I would have said, you know what, just let me not even tell nobody, just let me pop out. But yeah.
I'm not gonna say my friends were negative, but they didn't understand why, and I don't feel like I have to explain that to people. Mm-hmm. I don't have to explain to you why. I'm telling you I'm doing something. Mm-hmm. I'm just asking you for your prayers and your support.
That's
I'm not asking for money. No money.
You hit it right on the nail. That's all we want is the support, because you can't, and we've talked about this before, you can't downplay how somebody feels about themselves or anything based on what you see. Like, don't make it feel like it's not important to me. If I say I don't like my belly or my legs or my butt or whatever, I don't want you to come say, girl, you fine, girl. You don't need to do that, girl. You already look good. I appreciate the compliment, but I need to feel that way.
And don't let you not be built like me. And then you come tell me that. I'll slap you. How dare you? You don't have the right to tell me that.
You don't have the right.
You don't have the right to talk to me like that. Yeah. For me, it's like, and I'm telling you, every 6 months I have this she sends me. I'm going to this. Matter of fact, she sent me something today about her boobs. Brick house, beautiful shape. She want to go back, get her boobs done. She's already had her boobs done. There's nothing wrong with her boobs. However, if she wants to go back, I don't say, why are you going back? I'll research the doctor for that you sent me and I'll get back with you. I don't try to make them feel bad about going back. Mm-hmm. Because you don't know what people deal with internally or what they went through as a child. Somebody may have always made fun of the way that they're shaped and they have the financial means now to fix it. So you just let them fix it.
Let them do
whatever
that.
The case may be. And for me, and I joke about Mexico or Dominican Republic, but it's really whatever you choose to do, I'm okay with it. I'm going to give you your traveling grace and my prayers and be done with it. Like, I'm not going to try to talk you out. That's your decision, because when I get ready to go,
I'm going to go.
Because at the end of the day, it would be some things that you would never think bother somebody. I was just having a conversation with somebody today, and then somebody asked on Facebook a couple weeks ago, what was something that you were bullied about when you were younger? And for me, I was always like one of the lightest people in my family. And so I was actually bullied and picked on for being light. Yeah, for being lighter. Some people think that it's the other way around, but no, like it was, and it's a big thing. And so in adulthood, I've had somebody who would like say things about my color, like taking a picture with you making me look this way, and so it really hurt my feelings.
But it's really them though. It's their insecurity.
Yeah,
you feel like that standing next to me. I didn't make you. I didn't do nothing. I just stood there.
I just was born.
Like, I have anything to do with.
Hey, God, make
my color. Like
please.
You would never know how much time I spend in the sunlight trying to tan. So people, like when you see me like this time of the year and my hands get white, like I'm not even comfortable. If I'm being honest, I'm very not comfortable this time of the year because of getting lighter and just the bullying that I went through from being light.
Oh wow.
So whoever, like Facebookers, if you're out there and you have somebody that's going to have surgery, leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Coins, how they want to spend their coins.
But I also want to say this and be the devil's advocate. In this day and age, people are so big on putting their business out there like that. You have to be ready for whatever comes back.
Exactly.
You have to be. If you don't want anybody giving you their opinions, which although you don't need them,
because opinions fly all over I'm sorry, it's Cat Williams' internet now. It's opinions all over Cat Williams' internet now. So if you don't, and I guess that's another reason, because when you ask me, you're like, do you think anybody will come and talk? No. Some of these girls are still upset that they didn't get the body that they wanted, or they've gotten bigger and they didn't want nobody to know they had surgery in the first place because now they did not take care of it and they look like they need to go again. So they're kind of reserved, like they don't want people to know that they've had any work done. So that's a big thing too.
And that's okay.
It's fine.
And that's okay. I'm always going to try to be transparent because my goal is always going to be to help somebody out there who may be thinking about going through or is going through the same thing that I'm going through. So I hope that we have been a blessing and helpful to somebody tonight. Listen, we got some people to shout out, some sponsors of this episode. We're going to throw the flyers up there real quick. If you are looking to have everybody's looking to have their tax deduction. If you don't already have a tax deduction, we have JB Accountant Tax Services. We got Terralyn and Sharita and Terrence Pace. You can look to them for your taxes. I heard they're giving away a Honda Accord. So if you're looking to have somebody, please reach out to them and tell them I sent you. Because you ain't gonna get no discount, but it's gonna make me feel important. All right, and so that is that. Anybody else got anything coming up? Also, by this morning is real. Well said, panel. Hey, Anitra. Thank you, Julia, for being so participative.
Lynn, honey. Julia.
Hey,
my clients up there.
Miss Charlene Sims was on here earlier. Anyway, thank you for everybody that tuned in tonight. Reach out to my girl Shanavia Rivers for
best in the city.
Aftermath needs.
I'll go with your mom.
Tech, you got anything you need to? Anything coming up? No, everything's sold out. You ain't got nothing to talk about.
I have a comedy show that
You say what?
is going to be on February 3rd. It's going to be at Bebop's downtown. And I'll be in drag, so you'll get the opportunity to see me in drag for the first and last time. The first and last time you better see me in full regalia doing the comedy show downtown. You'll also have the opportunity to be on TV as well because it will be filmed. So come out, have a good time.
How can you say last time? How can you say first and last time?
First and last time because I ain't gonna never do it again.
Never do it again.
It's gonna take a lot of preparation. I gotta cut my mustache and my beard off. It's gonna be a lot.
All right. And so where can they find information for that?
Like I said, you can inbox me, but I'm gonna get the flyer out there. But it's gonna be on February 3rd downtown at Bebop's. It's a gay bar downtown. It's called Bebop's. You can look it up. It's right by the courthouse. It's gonna be a good time.
What time does it start? I might have to zip.
It's gonna be at 11:30. Tickets are $7.
11:30 p.m.
Yes, babe. You know we party's late.
Well, what time does it end? I got a ball to go to that day.
It ends about
sovereignty.
Well, the show's from like 11:30 to like 1:30, and then the club's after that.
You still gonna be in drag after club? Because I'm coming.
No.
You're gonna go put your beard back on.
I'm pulling it out. No.
All right, so I've had a lot of people in the past who have asked me to ask Tech about those flash drives that he does every once in a while. And he posted today, it was breaking news that he does have a flash drive that's
dropping free internet. What is it? What's on it?
I'm screaming.
Music.
Oh, music.
Mm-hmm. A flash
so you
drive.
Got a baby making one, a trap
8 hours?
one, different ones.
Oh, okay. 8 hours, right?
Like 8 hours.
But the one that you're making is just going to be one, or they get.
It's gonna be a lot of different. Like it's gonna have a Mardi Gras mix on it, but it's gonna be like rap, R&B.
So all of that is gonna be on the one. It's not like I'll call and say, "Hey, let me get this one or let me get that one."
Everybody getting the same one.
Everybody's getting the same one. It's 8 hours of music.
Compilation done from. Oh, last one. What do you have a straight Jeezy compilation flash drive? Okay, I want it.
That's great for the dance teams that are in the Mardi Gras that can't be behind the band or they don't have a DJ. All you need is a truck and a speaker, and they could definitely use that for the parade. A lot of dance teams.
Listen, if you have an event, a baby shower, anything, and you really want some dope music, and like he said, you don't have the budget for a DJ, you got a family reunion coming up. It's really, really I don't know if if you're from here, you know who DJ Tech is, and you know his music. So Patrick Padaway, you gonna have it on your Tech page too? So you can find it at DJ. Is it DJ Tech or just DJ Tech? All of them. You got DJ Tech, you got DJ Tech, you got Patrick Padaway. But follow one of those pages. Reach out to me if you need to, and I'll get you the information where you can find one of those flash drivers. And little does he know that I no longer do free promo. So now I just paid for mine because I just promoted his flash drive.
Oh, that's how that works.
That's how that works.
She has slid that in there real quick.
No more free promo.
No more free promos. Anyway, if you have something coming up that you would like for me to promote here on Journey with Trish the podcast,
it ain't free.
It is no longer free. Not according to my girl Karita Cohen, we no longer work for free. We all are. I got to listen.
We're in a recession,
we trying to pay Shanavia. We trying to pay Shanavia.
So no more free promo. We're in a recession and bills got to be paid.
That is right. Thank you both for coming on here tonight. I thoroughly enjoy both of you. When I get my bag out, I'll show you what she is okay with me showing. She might not want me to show everybody. In her proprietary, what's in her proprietary?
You can show
bag of
show the cream. You can show
everything but except the cream. And what you call the bag, Tay?
That's Barney's magic bag.
Barney's magic bag.
That bag has everything in it.
I
had a few people from the recovery. They was like, they're so mad because I don't have to buy none of this stuff because some of the recovery house you already booking the recovery house, and when they know you're gonna run out of stuff and they know you don't know exactly everything to bring, so they're gonna charge you to go to the store and get it, or they're gonna have it on hand and charge you double what it would be in the store. Mm-hmm. So one of my clients said the recovery house lady had a whole attitude with her because she's so used to
People running out.
Oh, I need a urinal. Oh, I got a urinal. I got a urinal in my bag. I don't need a bag. Basically, she didn't need anything else from the lady. And she just was like, who made that bag?
I'm excited about the bags. Like we're going to the hospital before you have a baby.
Yeah,
you have your,
everything in
your
it.
bag with everything in it. So I'm excited because y'all know I'm spoiled. You know,
Even you also can get your a lot of people don't know that the faja that you get from the doctor, you usually need another one.
I told her that, yeah.
And so I got my second one from Shenavia as well, because I know the recovery house tried to charge me. They was like, "Oh, you need another one? We got one. It's like $250." I'm like, "Baby, it's in my bag. I got it in my bag."
Yeah, $250 for a garment.
Now, is that going to be another stage 1, or is that going to be stage 2?
Are they giving you a stage 2 or a stage 1?
Just the stage 1.
So the stage 1 is going to look like you just had a massacre all over you because it's going to be full of blood and stuff like that. So you'll stay in that for a while. You'll come out of it enough to wash it and dry it. But after a week or so, you need to go on your stage 2.
So about a week.
And then after about a couple months, then I have the swimsuit and the thong kind that's like your stage 3.
Okay.
Because you have to stay in your faja for about 12 months.
Year.
Yeah, I'm so upset about that. I did not
wore my faja for a year.
Tay-Boo was still getting fajas for me. He had surgery in November. Tay-Boo was calling me in May talking about, you got another faja. Yeah,
I'm not excited about that. You don't know what I go through trying to get in this weight.
Yeah, the bad thing, in the summertime, you're going to be hot. If you're hot, nation,
don't forget your wrap too, friend. You need your wrap because you got to have
everything
on top of your faja.
But I mean, so June, I've got to be hitting the beach in June. Now I can't wear no faja under my bathing suit to the beach.
Oh no, you just wear it till you get to the hotel and then take it off maybe 25 to 30 minutes before you go to the beach so you can let the lines that's in your body relax.
Then I can stay on the beach all day, then come back that night and put it back on.
No. We didn't stay all day. We told you to take you 3 Snapchats and 2 selfies and get back in your faja.
And get back in your faja.
Even at 3 months?
At 3 months, that's pivotal.
Goodness gracious, I'm gonna miss the whole summer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I had my surgery in November.
Summer bodies are made in the winter, Miss Mama.
They beg.
March, April, May, June.
You'll be fine by July. Labor Day.
Labor Day?
You'll be
You'll
be fine to be out your faja for 6 to 8 hours by Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Summertime. Man, so y'all know how I travel. So I'm really not spending no money. I'm just saving my trip money that I would take these 3-4 trips a year and spending it all at one time to go get this done, I guess.
You know what? Which was also surprising to me. People don't know that you pay for your surgery over time. They don't want all the money at one time. Like people, every time people have asked me, they'll be like, "How long? Like you had to give them all the money at once?" I was like, "No, I paid for it over like 6 months."
Like some people do it a year or two,
all that stuff
in
is on
advance.
a payment plan. You get all those things without it being paid off.
Yeah, I mean, because you can you can pay it if you choose to pay cash and you have it. You can start a year or so ahead of time and send them payments every month.
You can use Care Credit if your doctor takes
Care
Credit.
And they have same as cash plans with Care Credit and all these different plans. So yeah, you can definitely make payment plans. Another reason why to keep your credit good. In
case you have to swipe it for a BBL. Baby.
Do you hear me? I pay cash money.
Yeah, buy it today, Boo. We love you. You had that adjusting money though. It was coming like I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me tell you something.
No, that ain't what you called them. That ain't what you not say, but that's not what you called them earlier. What did you say? Doing the pandemic, you had the what?
Oh, the PPP bodies. See, the podcast is over. Everybody have a nice.
Friend. I ain't do mine with the PPP. Now, friend, mine did come from Majestic. I was there. I had a real good lick. I was making about $9,000.
It was not the payroll protection.
I'm so tech earlier today. We kind of I'm gonna have to make some flash drives. Some. What you want on these flash drives? Y'all want like 60 episodes of Journey with Trish on a flash drive or something. We gotta do something. Anyway, what I need y'all to do before I go is I need for you to tag somebody who you feel like, and it's mostly everybody, men, women, anybody 18 and older that will enjoy Journey with Trish, the podcast. Just tag them right there. Tell them to follow your girl. Blogs, anything. Anybody needs some inspiration, motivation,
Yes.
something. Yeah, help me get my followers up. You know, I don't ask for much. I don't even ask for stars. All I ask is that you help me by y'all. If you tell me you love me, you got to share the wealth. So share
Yes.
my
You
love,
got to
please,
share it.
with other people. And that's it. This man over here get up real early in the morning while we still sleeping. So we're gonna go ahead and
I be forgetting that.
log. Yeah, so we can go
Yeah, 'cause
ahead
he
and
wake
log.
up in the morning. Oh,
All right, so we forgot to pray last night, but we're gonna pray
yeah.
tonight. So y'all ready? All right, Father God, in the name of Jesus, God, we thank you for bringing us together tonight. Thank you for all the knowledge, all the wisdom that you brought to the table tonight. Thank you for all the encouragement, God. Thank you for the inspiration, and thank you for the prayers that are going out from so many places for not only me, but we also send those same prayers out to cover anybody else who may be thinking or is going through any one of these surgeries. Maybe you don't have nobody praying for you and covering you, but we speak life over you right now in Jesus' name. We speak a successful surgery. We speak healing, and we speak snatched in the name of Jesus. Thank you. We love you. God bless y'all. And good night.
Good night.
All right, good night, you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.